An intense encounter, the sudden movement that led to officers firing their weapons. A shooter kills 2 women, then turns the gun on himself. What we know about the relationships between the gunman and his victims.
So I realized, and I was like, she's actually drowning. And I took my vest off and I tried to jump in there to get her.
Only on 6, a man describes the moment he jumped in to save a woman who slipped off a party boat. His rush to rescue her. New clues as the search for a missing student continues. New video shows his encounter with an officer. Game-changing deal? Artificial intelligence could lead to a new partnership with competing companies.
Live, NBC 6 News at 11 starts now.
Do me a favor, pick your shirt up. I want to make sure you don't have any weapons or anything on you. Do you have any weapons on you?
New at 11 body cam video is giving new insight to what led up to a deadly confrontation between a man and police. The tense moments unfolded outside a Davie home. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jawan Strader. Let's get right out to Kim Nguyen, who is live in Davie with a dramatic video. Kim.
Yeah, well, we now know the name of the man who was shot, Steve Amon. Videos from different angles show what happened. Just to warn you, you may find this video disturbing.
No. You sit right here. Stay here. Don't move.
What started off as a medical call.
Did he have more drugs that you know of? No.
Turned into a deadly police shooting outside this home in Davie.
Pick your shirt up. I want to make sure you don't have any weapons or anything on you. Do you have any weapons on you? Hey. Do you have any weapons on you?
Early Friday morning around 12:30 a.m., Davie police were called to a home on Southwest 24th Street near 145th Avenue. Police say when officers got there, they were confronted by Stephen Amon, seen here on body-worn camera video.
This guy just showed up out of nowhere.
In the video, Amon appears dazed and not really answering officers' questions about the medical call. Officers then mention drug use.
These 2 did fentanyl and heroin earlier today.
As officers are talking, Amon stands quietly to the side. Then suddenly, he quickly moves over, reaches behind his back, and takes something out, which he points at officers who then open fire. Multiple shots ring out, waking neighbors just a few feet away.
My daughter heard them saying, don't move. Don't move. And right behind that, that's when we heard the gun shooting.
The whole encounter between Amon and police lasted just a few minutes. This video shows it from a different angle. We paused it after Amon makes the sudden move, which catches officers off guard. If you take a close look, it appears he's holding something in his hands, but it's unclear if it's a weapon. We spoke to neighbors hours after the deadly shooting.
Everybody fell to the floor. Everybody was screaming in the house to the floor because we know it was directly in front of our house.
Now, police say that the 3 officers involved have been placed on administrative leave, which is standard during police shootings. For now, we're reporting live from Davie. Kim Nguyen, NBC 6 News.
Some dramatic images there, Kim. Thank you. All right, we're going to take a live look outside as we get a check of your first alert forecast. Following record-breaking heat today, and it's been a warm and quiet evening across South Florida. Now, another change is in the air as a cold front heads our way. Here's meteorologist Ryan Phillips with a look at your first alert forecast. How about it, Ryan?
Juwan, good evening. It's coming on the heels of a record heat this afternoon, lower 90s in both Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So that surpassed the records in the books at 90 degrees. Now we end up going through the evening hours, taking a long time to cool off. If you spent any time this evening out and about around South Florida, that offshore breeze, that west and southwest wind, keeping temperatures propped up. Finally now into the 70s for Miami, 79 there, 80 still in Fort Lauderdale. We're down to 78 in Pompano Beach, 75 across the way in Naples. It will take all night for these temperatures to come down because the cold front has yet to cross South Florida. It will do so between about 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. Then once it pushes off to the south, the cooler, drier air begins to filter in. Yes, you're seeing some rain showers out there. I just don't foresee that being a big problem for South Florida. We'll talk more about that in about 10 minutes. So overnight tonight, it's a slow fall, eventually taking us down through the lower 70s, putting us into the 60s first thing tomorrow morning, also with less humidity. It'll be a 180 really from the weather we experienced today. From the 90s today to 77 for the high tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a fresh north wind, and low humidity. We keep this pattern for a couple of days and then a new change on the horizon. We'll talk more about that just ahead.
I couldn't believe what was going on, and also because nobody was jumping in, I was kind of surprised. I was like,
Frightening seconds on the water. A man springs into action after a woman fell overboard. His efforts to save her. An officer speaks with a missing college student after he got kicked out of a Nashville bar. Their encounter as the search for him continues tonight. Then, Target making a big change to its self-checkout. Why the stores says that the makeover will speed things along. More harm than good. The popular diet may show results on the scale, but could be bad for your heart. Listen to this. Miami has reportedly surpassed New York City as the U.S. city with the most skyscrapers under construction. According to the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habits, Miami leads the nation with 15 skyscrapers under construction, while the Big Apple trails right behind at 14. The Waldorf Astoria Hotel Residences Miami, set to be completed in 2026, made it onto a global list of tallest skyscrapers under construction. That's our time for now. Make it a great night.